Hello everyone. So the Irish government came out today with more drivel to do with housing. And now, as we know, the Irish government for a long time, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, have promised to move out and stars that they would deliver everything anybody ever wanted. But nothing has ever been done, nothing has ever been met. The numbers of Irish people leaving the country, the number of people coming in, is insane. It's still insane, and which means they have to be housed, etc., etc., and then Irish people have to leave. But long story short, they can't build a hen house. Let's be fair, the Irish state can't build a hen house without it costing €1 trillion. We see with a bicycle shed, they can't build a bicycle shed for 300,000. They can't do anything. They can't build a security hood unless it's 1.5 million. They can't do literally anything. A few fences that cost a few billion euro to put up. Like in this country, nothing can be built on budget, nothing can be built on time, nothing can be done any way, shape, or form. But anyway, we look at the figures that the government have dribbled out. Let's put that way, because it's all just nonsensical bullshit. And we all know it, and you know it. They couldn't be. They never met a target in their life. The only targets they can meet is their paycheck. They can make that very quickly, but anything else they couldn't give a shit. And obviously Fine Gael is talking their nonsense on social media about being the party for young people, etc. The party for nobody. The party for a few percentage of the population, the 1%, and of course Davos and our good friends in the European Union. They're the only people they represent. They don't represent the Irish people. Same with Fianna Fáil, same with the majority in the Dáil. They don't represent the people of Ireland. Against the people of Ireland in the nicest way possible. But yeah, by 2030, they suggest there'll be 300,000 new homes. Not a hope. You'd be lucky to get 100,000. There'll be 72,000 social homes. And get this, 90,000 affordable homes. Now, just to put in perspective, in the 90,000 affordable homes, there was an affordable home scheme in Dublin. And the rent is 1,500 a month. Affordable home. There you go. That's an affordable home for you. You know, you work 9 to 5, go out and work in the supermarket, a dead end job, and pay your taxes to the Irish state and be a good boy. And, you know, here's an affordable home. Half your wage will be gone, and then the other half is on electricity and everything. So pretty much you'll be left with maybe 10 cents at the end of the week. There you go. Enjoy. And that's the government's narrative, pretty much there, straight up. Here, we're going to build 90,000 homes, but we're not going to say how much they're going to cost a week or a month for a citizen, because it's unaffordable for the ordinary Irish Joe. And that's the whole point of this state. It's becoming unaffordable for the basic Joe that works in 9 to 5, just trying to raise a family. Nothing is affordable nowadays. Things have gone way out of control. And the government don't care, because again, they are benefiting, because all of them are landlords. We have to remember all our TDs and senators are newly landlords. They have properties, multiple properties. Some of them like making millions a year off, like take for example Mikey Healy-Way housing Ukrainians, etc., from houses, etc., etc. And then obviously having to be the landlord themselves too for other apartments. And then other people too being landlords too. Insane amount of money, making millions. And again, half of them don't even register that they have properties and stuff. Like, it's just a charade at the highest level. So it's in their benefit. Like, it's not there. It'd be different if they didn't. TDs shouldn't be allowed to own, to rent their property to people, to be totally honest, because it's too beneficial. It's an interest, because let's be fair, it's in the interest of them too, because they can charge extraordinary rent. Because when there's high demand for something, they can charge extraordinary amount of money. When there's low demand for stuff, they can't charge the moon, earth, and stars. But when there's high demand for something, they can charge insane. And I'm sure if we went around to all our Chocty dollars, our TDs, and went around to the people that rent the houses, the people that rent the houses of our Chocty dollar, it won't be cheap. They're not doing it for. They're not giving them a house for nothing. Let's put what I'm trying to say is all these TDs would be charging them the moon, heaven, and stars for an only Irish person working, why they are multi-millionaires. And all the TDs in Dáil and Shandown are multi-millionaires. They could buy the shop, and none of them give a shit about the only Irish Joe. Simple as that, and it's simple that they don't get it. They don't get Irish society. They don't want to get it first of all. They don't care to care. They don't care to learn either. And that's the whole thing. And until we realise as a society that the people who are at the top, the people that we expect to represent us or against us, they want to divide us. And that's the thing. This is the people at the top want to divide the people. And that's the thing. It's all about divide and conquer, pretty much. It's that tactics. But going back to my original thing, was apart from going on rants, the government's target's not going to be met. Let's be fair. They couldn't meet fucking eggs. It's just a load of fucking bullshit. I've heard it all before. It's still, the Irish people are still going to be leaving on their drones while we're bringing the world. Bringing a huge amount of people. We talk every week. There could be 1,000 people coming in here every week, and we expect to give them a house and etc. etc. Like, it's not possible. It's simply not possible. It's such a small country, and we have such high demand for housing, and it's just such, and as I said, but huge demand. That means the prices go absolute sky high, and it's just unbelievable. And that's what we're seeing at the moment, and it's not going to help when you bring in more people into a situation that's already bad enough without bringing more people in, and then eventually they'd be looking for houses and looking for places to rent, and then the situation keeps going and going and going and going, and then you're just never ending. It's just never ending cycle, wits and repeat and wits. But yeah, so let me know what you think, because I know so many young Irish people. They're trying their best, and again, I wouldn't mind if they wouldn't try, and they're busting the bollocks to meet the bills, and the government fucks them over in every conceivable way. It's not fair. It isn't fair, and I know life is not fair, but it isn't fair. Particularly on young people who have the whole life ahead of them. I couldn't give a shit about myself, to be totally honest. I'm past the point in really care, and I'm sure majority of people know I only care for the next generation. Can we do something for the next generation of young Irish people, that they don't have to suffer what we're suffering? That's the only thing I care about at the moment. I couldn't give a shit about myself. And I think for a lot of young Irish people at the moment, I would say that's the thing we should be. We should be worried about the next generation. Whatever about our own generation, we should suffer so the next generation doesn't suffer. But we also have to fight for make sure that they get what they deserve, that they get what they need to live a good, productive life, and a positive life above all else, and a happy life in this republic of ours. Because I think we forget too much too about our grandparents, what they did to get this country to where it is today, to get our independence, our sovereignty, our freedom. And we have squandered that a bit. We have thrown it down the drain, all for a few shekels from the European Union. It's a sad state of affairs, but we have to do our best as citizens. It's every citizen, not just anyone, me or anybody. It's every citizen's job to make sure that tomorrow is a better day for our citizens and for our country. And it's all our duty. It's not our choice. It's our duty to make sure the next generation are well looked after. Let me know what you think. Subscribe more, and bye.